Hello, Mr. Chu here with Brack Geometry. Let's talk about the area of parallelograms. So in order to solve these problems, especially example 2 and challenge problem 2, we need to do a spiral review. So anytime you have a right triangle, you can use the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where c is the hypotenuse along the side and a and b are the legs. So after you find the base and the height of a parallelogram, you can use the formula A equals base times the height. So make sure if this is a helpful video that you like it. Also make sure you subscribe. There will be a button over here that you can hit to subscribe to my other videos. I want to help you understand the geometry. So let's go ahead and let's get started with example 1. It's just a basic example. And then example 2 makes you use geometry to find the dimensions to use the area formula. So we have a base and a height. The height is always the perpendicular distance between the two bases. So you always come up from a vertex here and down. Perpendicular means a right angle. Sometimes you will see these marks in a geometry class. That means those two sides are parallel. We also need to have these opposite sides parallel. So it would have 2 marks there. So when opposite sides are parallel on a quadrilateral, it means it's a parallelogram. Here's my formula. So I just substitute. So this is not hard, using the substitution property of equality. The base is 15 meters. And we substitute the height is 6 meters. So that's 15 times 6 meters times meters. So the area is 90 meters squared, or square meters. And area will always be in square units. Well, how can this get harder? Because that's an awful simple problem. This would have been like a pre-algebra or middle school problem. Well, sometimes you're not given something like the height here in example 2. So we know that this is a parallelogram. So I've got those arrows, which means those two sides opposite are parallel. And I've got those arrows. It means it's a parallelogram. That means I'm going to use this same formula, but I don't know what H is. So I have to come back to what I talked about, the spiral review, because the Pythagorean theorem is a very important theorem in algebra and geometry. Carpenters use it all the time. So in this particular triangle, this triangle right here, this is my C. How do I know that's C? It's the side opposite the right angle. And then this will be A and this will be B. It doesn't matter which one. We'll call this one A, and then we'll have an H here where the B is. So here is my formula to find that missing height. So I substitute in for A, which is 3 meters, and I square that. I substitute an H in for my B, because I don't know what that is, but it's going to be the height of this parallelogram. And then my C is 5 meters, and I square that. So 3 squared is 9, meters squared is meters squared. I don't know what my height is. 5 squared is 25, meters squared is meters squared. I solve this now. It's a 2-step equation. So I have to get rid of the adding 9 meters squared. So I subtract the 9 meters squared from the left, and I subtract it from the right. 9 meters squared minus 9 meters squared is 0, and 0 plus h squared is h squared. 25 meters squared minus 9 meters squared is 16 meters squared. So the next thing I do is, to undo a square, which is my second inverse, I take the square root of the left and the right. The square root of h squared is h. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of meter squared is meters. So I know that this equals 4 meters now. And I had to have that before I could move on. All right? So now to find the area, I just substitute the base and the height. And I know to find this whole base here, I add these two, 5 meters plus 3 meters. So my base is 5 meters plus 3 meters, and my height is 4 meters. So my area is 8 meters times my height, which is, I figured it out, 4 meters. So the area is 32 meters squared. So just a little bit more work to find the height. We could have had to find something else, and in the challenge problem, you will have to do that. All right, so I am going to go ahead and put the two challenge problems up here. Ask you to get out a piece of paper. Try these after you pause this video. And then after you've got them right in front of you, then start the video again and check your answer. I want you to find the area of each parallelogram using A equals BH and A squared plus B squared equals C squared if you have to find something using it, and you do. So now make sure you use a calculator if you struggle a little bit with decimals. I've got the base is 12.6 meters, and you see opposite sides are parallel. My height is 3.4 meters. Plug it in, and always use the correct unit of measure too. Challenge 2, this one's a little bit different than the other one. I know from here to here, it's 18 feet. I don't know that bottom length of the triangle that we call A, but I do know the height is 12 feet, and I do know that that hypotenuse is 13 feet. So just to help you, this is going to be my C, here's my A, and here will be my B. After you use this formula, A squared plus B squared equals C squared, you're going to take 18 and add whatever A is to it. That will be your base. There's your height. Find it, and let's see if you can do it correctly. I know you can. So, pause this, work these two out, and then once you're confident of your answer, start the video again, and toward the end, there's going to be a link up here, which will be these two problems worked out. You can check your work. Down here will be other geometry problems you can get out of a playlist. Make sure you like this video. It helps me send my message out to more people. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. There'll be a link over here. I'm Mr. Chu, and I want to help you learn the geometry. Keep watching my videos, and we'll do this together. If you got any comments, comment, and I'll answer them. See you next time.